Then even on this main branch, as I'm working on the other branch, I can be working on the main branch too. Maybe I fix a bug on the main branch, I can still be working on the main branch. Then this is the master branch, like I've said. You can maybe this branch is named feature. That's the name of the branch, feature branch. So like I said, just picture a tree, because that's what basically it is. That's what basically it is. So let me just show you when I'm done with those changes. See here now. I've finished working on these changes and I've tested it. I've seen that, oh, it works very well. I will now merge it. Merge simply means joining. I will now join it with our main branch. So if you are developing your software this way, you see that nothing is actually going to break. You won't be like this. I have to say these bank apps again that after they've made some change, you see that nothing works in their software again. They have to go back to the drawing board and start from the beginning. So after I've added this new feature. I've added this new feature to my code. And after I've tested it, I've seen that okay, it works. I will now merge it. I will now join it with my main branch. I will now join it with my main branch. Joining my main branch. Then, because I've tested it, I'm now sure that everything works. So there are different branch commands. Branch is one of the commands you are going to be almost always using also. So if, say for example, you run the command git branch on your system, on your laptop, you're going to see that it's going to list all the different branches that are on that repo. So let me run. I don't think I have any git branch. Let me run it here. You can see it's called master. This is the only branch I have, because this is the only branch I have. I can actually create a new branch, but for now, this is the only thing I have. So it's called master. So git branch. So if I want to create a new branch, I'll just say git branch. Then the name of the branch, let me say new feature. Okay, sorry, that was a typo. Git branch, new feature. So I now have this branch. So let me list all my branches again. Git branch. You see now I have master. It's shining green because that's the branch I'm actually on now. I'm not on this new feature branch. As it's showing green. So master and then new feature. These are the two branches I have. So if I want to delete a branch, I'll say git branch -d. I can delete this new feature branch if I want to do that. Then if I want to switch to a different branch, say I've created this new feature. If I want to now go into that branch, I'll now say git checkout. Git checkout, then the name of the branch, say we call it new feature. So you see here, it gives me this new switched to branch, new feature. So if I run git branch again, you see new feature is now green because it's now the active branch. So but I want to go back to my master branch. So I'll still say git checkout. What is it called? Master. Oh. It I made another typo. Git checkout. So I've switched to the master branch. So what branching helps you does is just it helps you to separate your code, and you have one main branch that has the main code, the main file, the main thing, the main if it's a website, the main website or the main app. So you now create different branches so that when you are writing, when you create those branches, you test those features to see if they are working correctly before you now put everything into your main branch. And this also helps when you're working in a team, because that's what teams use. When you're working in a team, everybody is not going to work on the same branch, because that's where that merge conflict comes. Because if everybody's working on the same branch, say for example, all right, give me a minute. If everybody's working on the same branch, I can make a change to this line 10 and another person make a different change to that line 10. So definitely it's going to cause issues. So you branch, that's what you do. you create different branches. So this is just a combination of command git checkout dash b. So it creates a new branch and switches to it immediately instead of running git branch name and then running git checkout. So git merge, like I've said, merge is simply join. It merges a specified branch to the current branch. So if I want to join a branch like we have here, where is this? Okay, yeah. So this, when I want to join this branch here, this one here to this one, what I'll run is git merge. It joins this to this. That's what git merge is. So let's go back to creating our repository. So, but I have to set a main branch. So I have to tell git this is the main branch I want. I'll say git branch dash m. Let's call it. Let's say the main. So this is my main branch now. Then the next thing is I have to add the origin. I think I've explained this before. So git remote add origin. This line. What this line does that it links my local repository with this one that is online. It links this thing here, everything I have on my laptop with what is on GitHub, what is online. So I run that, I just copy the command, git remote add origin. You can see the URL git.github.com then colon jp15 slash sample website. This sample website, if you notice, was the name I gave to the repository when I was creating it on GitHub. That name I put jp15, which is my GitHub username. That's why it's there. So I'll click enter. It has added, it has synced, it has now synced what I have on my system with what is online. So now the last thing I need to do is to upload this thing, upload it. So it will now be online, it will now be on GitHub, which is git push dash u. So the only reason we're using this git push dash u origin name, if after I've made, don't worry, the second time you see it, it's going to be easier because this is the first time we are pushing these changes. So that's why we have all these commands. So from after we've done this first one, it's going to be easier. So git push dash u origin name. So I'm pushing these changes online. So I click enter. So you can see, let me just expand this so we can actually see this. So enumerating objects, tree done, counting objects, tree by tree done, data compression compresses it, and then writing objects, total. So this is the line I want to look at. So to github.com slash github.com jp15 slash sample website. So it has put my code there. So main to main. So my main branch has been set to the main one on the remote repository. So if I now go to GitHub, I reload this page. What does it was to reload this page? You can now see my index.html file. If I open it, this is it now. This is it. So this thing I have on my system now is now online. This is it here. So if I copy this, let me copy this link and let me share it on. Let me share it here. So if anyone goes there, oh, somebody says the class they do like American. Oh, that's very funny. So just use your phones and use everyone, please use your phones. Go to this link and then tell me what you see there, please. So when you go there, please let me know, please. Anybody who has opened the link, I've sent the link on the chat.
Yeah, I'm opening the link. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen it. Yeah, I've seen your file.
Okay, so you can see those code I have on my system now.
It's exactly here.
Is exactly there. So if I make changes now, let me show you why it is important. If I make change, I add a different paragraph. Okay, let me just call it, I don't know what to write, so I'll do another paragraph. So I've made these changes now. But the person on that link now you have, the person doesn't know I've made The person doesn't know I've made those changes. Those changes have not reflected there. So what I do again, since I've made changes, you can even see on my VS code, it gives me an N telling me that I've modified this file. What I do now is I'll say git add. I'll add this file again to start tracking it. Git add, call the file index.html, which is the file name. I've added it. Then I'll now say git commit. These are the three main commands I'm using. I'll now say git commit -n. Let me add the message. Added a paragraph. Then I'll say git push. You see, I didn't add that dash and the rest. This is the second time I'm doing it. So please reload that this thing, reload that web page, reload it again.
Okay, I'm coming. Let me reload.
Yeah. Please, every other person should do that same thing, please. Open the web page.
Yeah, I've seen that another paragraph has been added to the file.
So you've seen that change is now online. So I don't have to show you my own laptop for you to see what I'm working on. That's the beauty of this Git and GitHub.
Okay.
It's online. Yeah. As I'm making those changes, you are seeing those changes. Every other person on my team is seeing those changes. So that's what GitHub is. And if I want, I can actually go back to a previous version before I added this paragraph. Maybe this paragraph spoils everything for me, spoils the whole website. I'll go back to a previous version. That's what version you need. I go back to a previous version. I don't have to start deleting that line or whatever. You can make many changes. You don't have to start deleting everything. So you do that, then you go back. So that's the basics of Git and GitHub. But before that, let me talk about two things. I'll talk about branches. There's something I want to talk about. Okay. Right. I do have to talk about. Well, let me read this. Open source and doesn't matter. So that's the basics of Git and GitHub. So I'll just take your questions now, please, because I myself have to join a meeting by 8:30. I have to join the team meeting. So your questions, please. Or do you understand everything? You understand everything now? Yeah. Come ahead.
My questions are,
Yes.
let me just allow me to listen.
So I didn't get you. What did you say? Ramat, I didn't get your question, please.
Okay, I thought someone is talking before. My question sir, is this Git app of a thing, sir, can we use it on our phone? That is the first question. The second question is that is it like when we finish our previous class, we are taught
Yeah.
how to use this coding HTML. Can we also create it like this and save it in the Git, just like Julius? It seems like it's just like continuation of the previous class. Then we save it, you can save it in our Git scope of a thing. Is that so, sir? Or my hope I'm not getting it wrong.
Okay, to your first question, yes, you can actually use it on your phone. That's the first answer to the first question. Then to your second question, yes, once you make changes on your anything you're working on, whether it's we've done HTML, we've done CSS, we've done CSS. So once you make these changes, you upload it, or if you want to use the technical term, you push those changes to GitHub. So I'm still going to send you a file that is more explanatory. I'll send you these slides, this PDF, and then I'll send you the one from GitHub itself that tells you how to create a repository. Because I can't, I've just showed you, but you have to do it by yourself to be able to really understand it. So that's it. Any other question? I hope I answered the question.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Right. I'll take any other questions.
I do have a question, sir. Please just send link to materials and resources for me. That's by all.
I'll do that.
Well, you can.
Yeah. I'll do that this night before I go to bed. Yeah, around 11, I'll send that. All right. So there is no other question. Like I said, I know it's sounding strange, and like I told you, it's supposed to sound strange to your ears because it sounded strange to my ears also first time. Does someone have any question?
Yes, sir. Sir, I don't have question. My own is just observation. Should I say observation?
Yes.
Yes. Sir, this our class. Can't we change this and the timing?
You said,
The time
can we
for
do
our
what?
class.
Yes.
I don't know whether we can change the time. The time is not okay for me. Seriously, sir.
The issue is that, like, even myself, I'm not in charge of the timing. So, uh,
Okay.
yes, I can't even. The time that was given to me, then I have to go with that time. So, it's the organizers, but you can still, I don't know, maybe post it on the group if there's anything that can be done. They should be able to do, but it's not really my power to do that.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Please, so sir, please don't change the time. This is the best time so ever. Please, we have work doing the day.
So these are the issues. The time that works for you might not work for another person. So these are the problems we have because we are more than one. So even if so, just try. The thing is, you have to try as much as you can. It's not easy. I know it's not easy. It's not easy for anyone. It's just the sacrifice you have to make to actually make it, be able to use it. Okay. So
Hello, good evening, sir.
yeah, good evening. How are you?
Very fine, sir. Thank you for the lectures. So I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Please, is there any recommendation for probably any video you can watch on YouTube? Or I think it's going to help us.
Okay, for those that are more into videos, I don't have any particular one, but I have to go to YouTube and look at some videos. Then I'll recommend maybe one or two for you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
That's how much. Because, like I've said, that I know I keep repeating this thing. All this thing I'm doing here sounds strange, but I have to explain. I have to, because that's it. I have to
Uh,
explain. I just have to give you an
it's strange, it's strange,
overview.
honestly. It's strange,
Yeah.
honestly. And also, I was thinking, is there any way I can at least learn 70% of it with my phone? Because my PC is not that sound. So I don't intend using the PC.
You can actually, but it's just that the phone is a bit harder because you have to, your typing speed is very small now.
Okay.
Yes, but then you can. So you have where have you been writing your code since?
I've been using my phone.
You've been using your phone. Okay, so you have an editor on your phone now. Where have you been writing your code?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you can still use your phone. I don't know the editor you are using. I don't know if it has some way for you to upload files to Git. So what's the name of the editor?
Name of what?
What's the editor you use to write your code on your phone?
So for now I'm still using Java. JavaScript.
That's what I'm saying. What's the name of the editor?
I'll have to check, sir. Play to the brain.
Right, no problem. But for those that looking for an editor, the one I feel that works very well is called Spark Editor. I don't know. For those that are using their phones, just I've seen how it's called on what I typed on the message now. So it's called Spark Editor. So that's the one I know I've used before. And you'll be able to use Git and GitHub on it. Right. So I just have to introduce JavaScript to you, but this is not the actual JavaScript class. I'm just doing an introduction, please. So we've done HTML and CSS. We've done HTML and CSS so far. Just like some people will tell you, like HTML is the skeleton of the website. Then HTML is the skeleton of the website. Then CSS adds some style to it. Say you have a house, you're building. So HTML will be the foundation and the walls. Then CSS will be what? When you've painted that house, that's what CSS does. It adds style, which is what you have been doing. Then there's the third thing called JavaScript that adds functionality to your website. A particular picture, can't find it. So there's something called JavaScript that adds functionality to your website. That's the way you go on websites. You can submit forms. Like, let me give you an example. An example is Twitter. Twitter. So Twitter is basically a website or an app, if you want to call it that. If I write a tweet, I can send that tweet and it's going to appear on my timeline and every other person can see it. That's what JavaScript does. So JavaScript adds functionality to your web. So I'm just introducing it. JavaScript is one language that if you know it and you know it very well, like to make you like you'll be a very good programmer because most it's basically the most popular programming language right now and it's used on all browsers. Anything you're writing on your browser has to do with JavaScript. Anything you're doing on your browser has to do with JavaScript. So JavaScript is actually it's not that hard to learn. It's not that hard to learn. It's not that hard to learn. It's one of the easier programming languages. It's one of the easier programming languages. It's not hard to learn. So once you know HTML, like as you've done, yes, you've done the basics, and then you get into CSS, you've done CSS, and then you get into JavaScript now. So it's complete. JavaScript is just like a completion. Now completes that thing for you such that you can be able to build fully functional website. Like this website I'm on now, the Blue Schools, you can build everything here with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Though, yeah, there are some things on the server. I'm sure you've been told about servers, which is the back-end side of things that does maybe some kind of calculation and the rest. But with the basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you can build fully functional websites. Let me give you an example of what JavaScript does. See, on your phone, if you open this website on your phone, because you're on a phone, it's going to look something like this. Like it's going to be compressed. So you won't see all the menu. But if you click here, you see this thing appears. This side menu appears where you have everything. That's JavaScript. JavaScript that does it. With HTML and CSS, you won't be able to do this. For you to click here and some things appear on the website, you won't be able to do it. It's JavaScript that does all that. That does all that. Let me give you a basic example. So this website is called W3 Schools. You can also check it out if you want to. Everything HTML, CSS, JavaScript is actually inside there. If you are learning on your own and you get confused and all that, you can always use this. So this is some JavaScript code. This is the JavaScript. Okay. Button on click, document or get element by ID. You still do this. You still do this, don't worry. So what JavaScript helps you do is, so if I click, I'm just showing what JavaScript can do now. You're not actually doing anything. You're not actually writing JavaScript. I'm just showing what JavaScript can do. If I click here now, see what happens. Displays a date for me. That's JavaScript. I can even do it in a way that if I click on it, it's going to show an alert. And let me just so that's JavaScript. So JavaScript is the basis for your browser. Your browser understands the only language your browser understands, or the main language your browser understands, whether it's Chrome, whether it's Edge, whatever browser, whether it's Mozilla, Firefox, Safari, whatever, it's JavaScript it understands. That is what your browser is based on. But JavaScript is also, because this is a software development class, the software development class is not just about building websites. I'm sure there are some other people there that want to do other things like maybe build web apps and all that. JavaScript is also used on the back end. You can use JavaScript on the back end also to build servers. You can actually use JavaScript to build mobile apps, just like those apps you download on Play Store. You can use JavaScript to build it with there are frameworks, JavaScript frameworks that does that, things like React Native and maybe Electron and the rest. So JavaScript is a very good programming language to learn. If you learn JavaScript, learn it very well. There are many opportunities for us. There are many opportunities. So that's just me introducing JavaScript. My time is up, so I have to go. So please, any other final note or anything somebody wants to say, please, before I go? Or should I ask my own questions? Danjuma, your hand is raised. Please, can talk and speak.
Sorry, sir. It was I raised it earlier. I was
Oh,
thinking that it's Twitter that whenever I have urgency to automatically it will automatically go down. Sorry. I already asked the question.
no problem. So please, okay, since no one has any other question, I need some feedback before I go off. So I don't know. This is my first time running this class for this particular one. So is there some feedback or some things I should add? Maybe I was too fast, I was too slow, whatever, or maybe I didn't write good enough, or I don't know, I didn't share my screen enough, whatever, please. So I'll know in case I have to take the class next time, so I know how to improve. Yeah, please just speak. No need to raise your hand.
All right, sir. First, I want to say thank you for having our time this evening. And just if you have any materials that you are going to use to support us, so that we have already gone through the practicals, so we can go back if you have the material for us and we are going through it, we'll have a reflection of what you have taught us, if there's
Okay,
any.
okay, they are. I'll do that. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thank you too. So, any other person, please. Right.
Actually, what I will actually say is thank you so much, sir, for having our time.
Thank you so much, sir.
Though you are somehow fast, but at least you are getting it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right. I'll work on that. Thank you. Any other person? Okay, all right. I think that's that. So I have to go off now. So thank you for your time also as you're thanking me for my time. So if you have any more question, please post it on the group. I'll make our chance. I'll answer your question. I'll also please the materials. I have to go on a team huddle now. So the materials before let me see before 11, please. Or in fact 11:12, you get the materials, please. To 11:12. So you don't need to worry about that. I will send it. I'll try to send it this night. So that's that. Thank you for your time. Goodbye everyone.
11 a.m. or p.m., sir?
11 p.m. this night, please. This night, I'm going to send it this night.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, goodbye. Good night.